All right, guys, this is the first time for Eureka Springs channel. We haven't done this in quite some time. We used to do this live out of our studio down in downtown Eureka Springs. And so I'm trying to revive this in the midst of all of the experiences that we are all sharing right now. And today I'm going to be talking with Mr. Jayme Brandt, who is an artist and retailer in downtown Eureka Springs. Today we're going to hopefully just kind of talk about what we're all experiencing together. Eureka Springs is closing down a little bit. Some of our stores are having to close up their doors. And so I wanted to try to reach out to our retailers and figure out how are they dealing with this. This is an unusual situation. So I'd like to bring on Jayme, and we'll touch with him and see how he's doing. Hang on, let me get you on here, Jayme. Hey, Jayme, how are you?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me on.
Well, you know what? You have been around Eureka Springs for a long time. When did you first open up your doors in Eureka Springs?
I opened my first retail shop in Eureka Springs in November, right in time for winter of 2005. I didn't know a lot about it, so I didn't know that we weren't going to have much of a winter at that time. But yeah, I opened Twice Born, which was a Christian gift shop in 2005.
I remember. Yeah. It was a great store.
Thank you.
Store. So you have a new store that you've been operating in Eureka Springs. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, 4 years ago, I took a chance on myself and opened up T-Rex, which is like a lifelong dream of mine to have basically a collectible shop where I could have my illustrations in a little gallery and all that. And it's been a dream. I do all the graphic tees. I already have a custom T-shirt company that we use anyway, so I print my own tees and print my own prints for illustrations for sale, and then
right.
Yeah.
Well, it's a great store, and I know a lot of people enjoy coming in, and it's in a great location, also downtown Eureka Springs, right?
Yes. Oh yeah, I bought this building I think 3 or 4 years ago from Jim Nelson, who had Nelson's Leather in here, and so I really took a big chance and bought the building and
yes, you did.
Apartments. Yeah, so I even got into the hospitality business because I had the 2 apartments upstairs that became Airbnbs, and then I kept growing that. I actually have 9 Airbnb apartments and properties around town.
That's great. You're really a big investor in Eureka Springs. And so how in the world are you holding up with all of this?
Yeah, it's difficult. Like I grew up learning a lot about failure. Like I grew up really poor, and then I saw a lot of people go bankrupt, and my father-in-law had a big business and it went bankrupt, and I always told myself that I would stay diversified and I'd learn from those mistakes, and I really have been very diversified. Like right now, I am in the stock market, I'm in real estate, I'm in retail, and I'm in the service industry.
You've hit it all. Oh my gosh.
Unfortunately, all of those businesses are in trouble right now, and so it's as sad and hard as that's been, it's been almost funny that like no matter how diversified you think you are, you're actually in this same boat with everyone. It's like a great equalizer that no matter what your income level is, you're facing some kind of real pain right now. Yeah.
Right. Wow. So how are you engaging with the people that love your shop and love your work? How are you engaging with them?
Well, to tell you the truth, in the first week or two, I was a denier. I was, even though I'm a liberal Democrat, I still didn't really believe that this was going to be a big pandemic and everything. And so I was pretty annoyed and frustrated that we were going to close and all that. And so I think I pouted and stayed in my house and it was grumpy for about a week. And then when I realized that this is real, when I thought about waitresses and I thought about people who cut hair and I thought about all the jobs, I stopped feeling so bad for myself, and I just thought about, okay, what am I going to do? And yeah, so like my very first reaction was like, I want to reach out to the people who have supported me all along and see if do they still care or how are they feeling, like almost as if we were friends. And so I started doing that through social media.
Well, it's been, you have done a fantastic job, and you have always been a great marketer. So I want to know, because, I mean, you've got a big family. Tell us, you've got
Yeah.
5 kids.
Yeah.
So what are you doing with your time off? Have you still have all your hair? Well, most of it anyway.
It's not totally
What are you doing
No,
with your time off?
I have to say, like, okay, whether your family is, just you, your cats, or you and your partner, or you and some kids, whatever it is, you have to make a choice that you're going to let this, you're not going to let this situation divide in your house, cause division, or you have to make a choice to like use the time to be together and enjoy that, because there's enough reasons to be really grumpy. Like if you put CNN all day long, you'll just be real grumpy. So it's an active I'm trying to be intentional about enjoying the time. And yeah, I have 5 kids, so they already needed me before this ever happened. And I feel like maybe one of the reasons why I'm surviving is because I need to make it fun for them. And that's really saved me, I think, because I'm an emotional person. I'm an artist, so I have ups and downs and fears and all those things. But when you have little people around that need you, it's definitely incentive to keep the morale up.
Definitely. I can totally. I can't understand that. All I have is 4-legged kids, so I can't imagine. And they are demanding enough. Trust me. So, in this time, I want to, tell us a little bit about what you would like to say to the people out there who really do love your shop and are not able to come in right now in downtown Eureka Springs. Are you doing anything unusual in your front door right now? I heard a rumor you're doing something special. So
Yeah,
tell
like
us
I
about
said,
that.
in the beginning, I was pouting, and then I decided, you know what? Let's think about what we have. Let's think about the blessings that we have, and not just my health and things like that, but physical things. We have a store full of collectibles that people love to see, and we have 300 graphic novels that we just got in for the season for people to read. We have the Airbnb apartments downtown. We have thousands of T-shirts and thousands more blank T-shirts ready to be printed. And I have all of these things. And I felt like, well, I learned this from church when I was a kid, that one of the things that brings people, not just me, this is true for everyone, it's just a fundamental truth, that like something that can bring you joy and will bring you joy is serving other people. And if you start off doing that because you're trying to feel joy, like you start off doing it because you want to be happy, that's a good reason to start. It's fine if that's what gets you to do it, but there's actually real medicine there. And so I thought about, maybe it's time for me to, turn this bad situation into something good. And I thought about the assets that I have, and I have all these books, first of all, that nobody's reading. And that makes me sad because they're awesome. I love graphic novels, and I'm like kind of like always trying to get people to try graphic novels, like, and they think that I'm talking about superheroes, and I'm not. I'm talking about like really deep stories that just happen to have pictures. And there's a lot of people that would love them if they give it a chance. And so I have this building that you're not really supposed to come in that has all these books, and no one has any money right now. So I thought, hey, why not let people borrow them, like a library? And then then there was the challenge of like, well, how are they going to get in here and stuff? So I decided to make it where you can schedule a time with me, and you can come in the store all by yourself. So I'll open the store, and you get to go in all by yourself. So honor system, and no one's in there with you. You can borrow a mask and gloves if you don't have them, and there's cleaning supplies everywhere. And you can just take a few books and write down what you took, and then eventually someday you can give them back to me. I mean, hopefully when this is over, you'll bring them back to me. But that was
right.
that was like step one. And step two was Mark Hughes over there, talented guy. He wanted to make some masks, and he was asking if anyone had any extra T-shirts. And of course, my store is called T-Rex for a reason. We have T-shirts, so
right.
I donated a bunch of old.
Oh, that's
shirts.
amazing.
Yeah, good ones too, like some good ones. I picked some that I think he'd like, that might have a little inspirational message on them or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how he's going to cut them, so maybe the messages are all cut up, but yeah,
it could
so
be
we did
interesting.
that. Yeah, and that's something that people are doing all around town, is like,
They are.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It is really cool. It's really cool. And Mark has a whole team of volunteers helping him out. It's amazing. They're like a little army themselves, aren't they? Wow.
That's the answer right there. Is what gifts do you have? What assets do you have that you can share? And
Absolutely.
it doesn't have to be money. No one has money right now, so we're not talking about money. But what do you
No.
have in your life? If you
What?
have, time, you have a lot of time right now. How can you use that?
That's great. Yeah. You've got the real spirit of Eureka in you, don't you? You really do. So
Oh yeah.
let's share. I know that you've got you do have a store .com. So T-Rex Toys, is that right? TRexToys.com, is that right, Jayme?
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
So I'm already showing that on screen. There's your website. So can people purchase items there online?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Our website has been up for years. Most of the t-shirts that I design are available on there.
Okay.
I do a lot of exclusive stuff just for Eureka.
Yeah.
Anytime something's going on in the news that's like affecting me personally, I usually make a shirt of some kind about it. And there's a lot of people in town that have all of these shirts, but this newest one that you're looking at there is a meme that it's based on a meme that I did not come up with. It's something that it belongs to all of us because that's what a meme is anyways. But I added the mask because that makes it more relevant to what's happening right now. And in the beginning, I was kind of making a joke about the whole situation.
This is fine. I love it. I love it.
But I was putting masks on everything just to be silly. And then eventually I started to realize that this is very serious,
It is. Right.
I kind of stopped making jokes about it. I mean, it's important to still be light and be happy, but
right.
maybe take the deal a little more seriously.
Yeah. Yeah. And finding the balance, right? Finding the balance of being, keeping real about this and being safe and being empathetic with each other, and yet trying to find, the brighter side of things, right? That's really the balance here. So, it almost feels like that we're all sort of asleep a little bit. We're kind of hibernating a little bit. So, what do you want to say to folks out there who are thinking about coming to Eureka Springs in the future? Give us some hope, Jayme.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, okay. This is my initial thought after the ups and downs emotionally of what is going to happen to my business. This is what I think is going to happen. I personally believe it's much worse than we thought. So what we're dealing with right now, if you put on CNN and you listen to the science, it's really scary. But it's gonna end. We're gonna figure it out, and we're gonna figure it out. How it's going to affect Eureka Springs, in my opinion, is sometime around June. You're going to see people, all the stay-at-home things. What do they call it? The shelter in place rules. And I think we're going to see all that lifted by then because of the hot weather, and hopefully maybe there'll be some kind of a vaccine or something like that. My point is, people are going to be allowed to travel or shop or whatever. Right. And they've been in the house at this point for 3 months with their family, trying not
get
to
me out of here.
Yeah.
Take me anywhere.
Well, and they cannot wait to get out of the house like you've never seen in your life. And they're not going to get on, in my opinion, airplanes and travel to Italy or, any of these extravagant trips like they were planning on. They're going to come to Eureka Springs. And so they're going to go places that are a day or 2 days away or less. And Eureka Springs is like the best day trip, first of all, if you're a Bentonville.
Seriously, right?
Yeah. Like if you live in Bentonville or you live in Rogers or these kind of towns, you are so bored right now. I mean, you're probably bored all the time, but you're so bored right now. And you love coming to Eureka Springs. So you just can't wait. They're going to come in the largest numbers we've ever seen. And I can back this up because I've talked to Jay Artel at Equity Bank. And he was describing to me what it was like after September 9/11. After that whole thing happened, when the recession happened, he said that so many people came here afterwards because they wanted to get out of the big cities and they just wanted to be in a place like Eureka Springs. So I feel like that's the most similar, like this thing we've ever experienced economically was that. So if it's a little bit like that, in the aftermath of that, I think we'll benefit.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right. I think everybody's going to want to come over and visit with us because we really are the best place in the world in Arkansas, aren't we? We are the happening town, and the spirit of Eureka Springs is strong. And it's just amazing to me the amount of people that have come together kind of our comrades in action here. Everybody's coming together and helping each other out. You are certainly doing your part by, having the books ready for people to read. And we just appreciate you, Jayme. You have always been a leader in downtown to bring people together. Always a warm spirit about you. We really appreciate you, Jayme, for being there for everyone in the way that you are. And we can't wait to see your shop fully back open and to see people walking around downtown and having fun. And
for sure, me either.
Yeah, and I'm certain this thing I really know for sure. Your wife will be ready for you to leave.
Oh yeah, already.
Can't you have someplace to go? Don't you have something to do? So there's hope, right?
Definitely. I just want to say also, like, if you're a business in town in Eureka and you're scared, like, we're all scared. The people with a lot of money are scared. The people with no money are scared. But don't be afraid to do creative things. Don't be afraid to pivot right now and do something a little bit outside of your normal structure. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself, to take free online courses, to go to Skillshare. Like, don't be afraid to do something just a little bit different right now. Don't just think about how bad it could be or how bad it's going to be. Right. Like, I don't want to get stuck there,
Nobody does. Nobody does. Well, we'll look to you to keep us keep our spirits up. You lead the way. We'll follow you, Jayme. And
cool.
We thank you so much for coming today to talk to everybody. And we will see you soon. And thank you so much for everything you're doing.
Good. Thanks for having me on. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
So, that's a great example of the spirit of Eureka Springs. Jayme Brandt from T-Rex Toys. You guys be sure and go and visit his website. It's trextoys.com. He does have an online store for you to purchase items if you'd like to support him. He is a wonderful, wonderful artist. And again, he is one of the leaders here in Eureka Springs for his entrepreneurism and everything that he has done for Eureka Springs. As he said, he's invested in everything in Eureka Springs. There's not a part of our industry that Jayme hasn't touched in some way. So be sure to support his work. And most of all, know that Eureka Springs is here waiting for you. When we get past all of this, we will be so excited to see you. Expect cheers and celebrations everywhere when you show back up at our doorsteps in the near future. You guys stay safe. Be kind and love one another, and we will get through every bit of this. Thanks for joining Eureka Springs channel. If you'd like to share this with some of your friends and family, be sure to just click on the share button. And thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you again in the near future. Bye-bye.